everything games, gadget, and technology. I'm your host, Bradley Burrows, live from Seattle tonight, and I'm joined by my beautiful co-host tonight, Mr. Craig Brock. How are you, buddy?
I'm the real Slim Shady. Look at you, all your bald, angry heads behind you. I'm the real bald, angry head. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's just going to be a two-man show tonight, but on the control panels, I do want to make sure we loop him into it. Mr. Skip Parker is on the pedals, making sure the show and the post-production looks beautiful tonight. Yes, lovely. He's going to be our silent assassin tonight. How are you going, Mr. Brock? Good?
I'm good. It's hot and wet in New Zealand. I'm just going to throw that out there for the people that have the imaginations.
See, this is where we need the B-roll of Good Morning Vietnam. But anyway, it's been a interesting couple of weeks. Obviously, last week we had Mobile World Congress take off. Lots of interesting news come out of that. Talking a little bit about that tonight. We've got a very varied show tonight, haven't we? We've got To the Moon. We've got games. We've got technology. We've got everything tonight.
We got it all.
All right, let's kick off with news and brief.
Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Okay, Sony PlayStation VR, guys. Apparently it's doing pretty good, but maybe it's too early to call. So, in an interview with New York Times, Sony Interactive Entertainment, try and say that fast, guys. Andrew House disclosed that the first time the sales of the PlayStation VR are beating internal estimates. That's right, they've sold 1 million units for April 2017. Sounds good, doesn't it?
You had to put your finger in your mouth when you did that. 1 million.
1 million. That's a whole lot of virtual people falling over and hurting their heads. Now, our friends over at Thurrott have put this into context, though, so they're a little bit cynical, which I kind of agree with. Let's put that into context. Kinect. How many Kinect sales were there? Bradley's probably not allowed to say this.
I have no idea, actually, on this one.
But it was the fastest-selling consumer electronics device in history.
No, that's fake news. You can't say
that. I know. I'm just joking. Anyway, so I'm just trying to read how many of this is. So 16 times faster than the PlayStation VR, the Kinect sold. And we know why that is, right?
Well, yeah, it was attached with every Xbox.
Came with the Xbox.
How many? The thing there with how many people? Well, I did use my Kinect for a bit, but I stopped after about 6 months.
I did use it for Skype, etc., and I played a whole bunch of dancing games, which was really embarrassing with my daughter. But look, the context we're trying to paint here, guys, is that Microsoft sold 8 million Kinect devices in the first 60 days. That kind of shades PlayStation VR. So it's early days to call whether this is going to be really successful or not. Only time will tell. At least I'm pretty happy that they're kind of the first cab off the rank to make this a consumer product. So let's see how it goes.
Actually, remind me at the end of the show around some other stuff to do with VR around Scorpio too. Just remind me.
I thought you're not allowed to talk about that, Bradley.
No, we'll see how we go. All right, talking about other things that are kind of cool. SpaceX. I'm a big fan of the SpaceX guys. I was down in Orlando about 2 weeks ago. Got to see the facility down there. Absolutely stunning what they do. Got to see the Falcon 9 rocket take off that morning too. That was kind of amazing.
Wow.
Now, what they've announced, Mr. Elon Musk, or Iron Man as he's probably been modeled on, is announced that they're going to be taking 2 people up and doing an orbit around the moon and bringing them back to Earth. Distance of 400,000 miles, give or take. Any space nerds, please don't correct. That's just roughly to make it easy. They're looking to do it in the fourth quarter of 2018. So what that means is October, November, December of 2018. They're looking to have a crack at that. That's what Elon's saying. My guess it'll probably more likely be 2019 because you've actually got to get people fit enough to be able to do this. And basically, yeah, he's going to start putting 2 people and slingshotting them around the moon, and they're going to get a look at the dark side of the moon.
I note they haven't put any prices on this, have they? Because remember, didn't Virgin try and do this ages ago?
No, look, they've been sending people up to the International Space Station through the Russian side, which is about 50 million US at this point in time. I know it's going to sound funny, but that's actually not a bad deal. People are estimating this thing's about $80 to $100 million. And they've already got 2 people that have paid. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just jealous, actually. I wish I had 50 million to throw at this and go fly around
it's
the
billionaires.
Moon.
It's always billionaire dudes. But there's 2 people, male and female, going up straight up there, and they'll start doing their testing. So anyway, I think this is really cool. I think the sooner we get back on the moon, the better. I want to see commercial stuff. I want Branson up there. I want the whole lot of them doing it.
Yeah, I must admit, I heard that in the news this week and thought, wow, that would be cool to see people hitting the moon again. Are they actually
Yeah.
going to land on the moon? Did they say
Not
that?
this one. This one's just going around, but they're
Gonna
looking at
slingshot it.
doing. Yeah, they're going to go. But I want my daughter and my kids to be able to have the ability, if they can, when they're in their 30s and 40s, to be able to get up there if it's an affordable thing. I want us to watch, like my mum and dad used to watch when the Apollo missions are going up.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Hey,
Very
small
exciting.
side fact. When I was in Orlando, I got to meet the 19th man on the moon from the Apollo 15 mission. Got his autograph. So bucket list, meet someone that's been on the moon. Very, very cool. Just complete side note.
Kind of. Would you a little bit freaked out? Were you talking to him, going,
Yeah,
this dude's physically stood on another planet?
yeah, 86 years of age. He is. He was cool. He's really good to talk to. Got his
That is
autograph.
awesome.
He's kind of good lad. Good lad.
Okay, other news. Mythbusters. We know how popular that was. How many seasons would they do? There was lots. It was like 8 or so.
No, it was like 10 or 11, I think.
There's a lot. So we know Mr. Savage and I can't remember his co-host, but Jamie Hinneman. So that the guys that run that Discovery Channel, who own that, they were like, we need to get this off the ground again and give it a bit of a reboot. So they've been trying to do that for a while, and looks like they've found some replacements. Lead presenters in place of the two famous dudes, which is going to be pretty hard to replace, I must add. Jonathan Lung and Brian Luden. They're not your typical show leads. Lung is a product designer by trade, and Luden is a pilot and rescue diver. We kind of know which one he's going to be, yeah. But on top of being personable, they have to demonstrate a knack for building machines to test commonly held beliefs. Is there any left? I don't know if there is any left. I'm sure they'll make some stuff up. But what you got? I think Skip's got something flying through his garage there. Anyway, looks good. Looks like they'll be doing some sort of kickoff with Netflix as well. And yeah, look, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of miss Mythbusters so much. So I've been watching. Mr. Adam Savage has a YouTube channel that I've been.
It's brilliant.
And he's kind of gone back to his old school days where where he originally came from, of creating props and stuff. And he's a massive cosplayer, so he goes to all the big expos dressed up, and he sees how long it takes for people to find him. So. I'm sure most of our listeners know all about Adam, but if you're trying to if you're looking for something to watch that's really cool, I can't remember the name of his channel. Can you? But go and have a look. It's just so cool.
Oh, yeah, you got me. I'll have to look it up when we're on the next thing. Hey, whilst one of us is quickly looking up on YouTube for the channel, dude, one of the bigger blockbusters of 2014. Now I'm going to read a bit of a press release, bit of a write up here, Craig, and so don't tear me apart in this one. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor was one of the most important blockbusters of 2014. Statement, fact, true. Did you play it?
I liked it. Found it frustrating because it's quite hard. It's kind of like and there's probably heaps of gamers out there going, "What? You suck." Kind of like me watching you play Grand Theft Auto, but yeah, no, it is quite good, but quite challenging. And I didn't end up finishing it, and I'm kind of keen to finish it now because they bring out a sequel.
Yeah, so Warner Brothers have unveiled Middle Earth: Shadow of War. It's going to be available on these platforms. Now, listen to the platform lists, people: PS4, Windows PCs, Xbox One, and Project Scorpio. I know.
Stop.
Say what?
That's right. Yes, word. It made me get all excited.
So it's the first known title. Will come out in 4K for Project Scorpio. It'll be available. The publisher isn't saying when it'll be available. Early in holiday season. Every other edition arrives August the 22nd. March the 8th, they'll have a full-length trailer of what's going to be going through. It's typical stuff, character building, good storylines, and everything like that. But I thought it was interesting that we're now starting to get already Project Scorpio-based titles, and again, all platforms. I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those Microsoft ones, which is a buy once, get it access across all platforms. What is it, Play On or something like that? Which is very cool, by the way. I bought something the other day that was a Play On, and I was able to download it on my PC, playing it there. Went to my Xbox straight away, could play it there too. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I did the same with I can't remember what game it was. Forza Horizon.
Tested, by the way. That was it. Yep, tested.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah,
for
yeah.
the added blog.
And yeah, the cool thing about that, Bradley, is all your save games follow you as well, like cross-platform, which is crazy talk.
Well, have you completely have you played where you've got one person on a PC version of the game and then one person on an Xbox version of the game, but you've been able to play on Xbox Live together?
Sorry, I had myself on mute. So yes, I have. So you're talking about multi-platform, yeah?
Yeah, like
playing
Forza,
each other.
Forza. So I'm on my PC, logged into Xbox with my game with my version. You're on your Xbox, and we're able to play together. Then I can walk down to my Xbox and play on there. Have you done that sort of stuff with people?
Yes. So we had a LAN at my place, and we're half of us were playing PC Horizon. Horizon 3, and the other half were on Xbox, and we were playing together at the same time multiplayer. Actually, I think it was Skip and I have done it online as well. So those guys, I can't remember. You guys might have been on Xbox, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, absolutely works perfectly on things like Horizon. So I can only imagine it works across the board.
Sweet. All right. Sorry, I've digressed again. I'm going to get in trouble with Skip tonight.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Two-factor authentication, guys. We love it, don't we?
Oh, you have to have it.
Well, we do love it, but perhaps not when it's thrown in your face. Can I take you guys back? I'm going to hark you back to a time when we might have been testing out EMS. Do you guys remember that? And I might have turned on two-factor authentication on you guys and forced you to use it.
Didn't Skip lose his rag?
But look, we know why we use it. We know it's actually pretty cool and for securing what have you. And for example, I use it across the board now on things like my Microsoft account, my Google account, and just use an authenticator app on my phone. So if you're worried about security or you want to use basic passwords, and Skip's going to just go, no, don't ever do that. But if you do, then the good step is to turn on two-factor authentication. I'm getting to the point here. There was an update last night for iOS 10.3 beta users, and Apple's kind of forced this on everyone, not just some of them, all of them. Yeah, I got excited. So there's a new push notification last night with a massive prompt on your phone if you're on the beta, and it says to turn on two-factor authentication, protect your Apple ID and iCloud data with an extra layer of security. Now, good idea, not great change control. So on top of that, if you swipe that off the screen to get rid of it, it'll take you to another screen in the settings that tells you all about how two-factor authentication works. And then if you try and close that, it'll give you another warning telling you that you should turn on two-factor authentication.
Oh.
Yeah, so the notifications are kind of over the top, and I wonder if this is a mistake. It harks back. It smells like McAfee's old update they did that killed every corporate network's antivirus. I know this because I was running a team at the time, and it was actually a military release, accidentally pushed out to the corporate world. This is what this smells like to me, and I'm just going, oh, that's going to be a disaster. But yeah, we'll see. I'm guessing it might be. I think it might have been yesterday or today, Bradley. I think you'll find all about this, won't you?
I have to chime in here, guys.
Don't do it.
I know. Do you know what I reckon it is? I reckon they've got a big security problem and they're trying to fix it rapidly. Okay, I'll hide now.
Okay, bye. All right, I'm going to quickly move on to the next one. So Xbox have done some announcements. Obviously, we talked about a few games before, but they've announced what's called the Xbox Game Pass. Now, over here in the US, this is actually a really big deal because we have a lot of already active streaming services and disc-based services. I can go up to local QFC or Whole Foods, type in, there's a Redbox type styled machine, get my games and away I go. So they're now releasing a Netflix styled Game Pass, which I think is $9.99 US, initially launching with 100 titles, which means you can go out and rent any of the games, play them, have a go of it. The good thing about this is that one, it downloads them locally, it doesn't stream them. Two, once you've got it downloaded, if you want to buy the full version, there's a discount for you, but it just literally activates it in a way it goes from that side of it. So you don't have to re-download everything from that side. Where Sony have had one of these services in market for a while. I haven't used it. And Craig, I know you've got your PS4, so it'd be good to hear from you on that one. But
it's quite different.
Is it?
It's a different approach. They stream games, whereas this is Microsoft going, you can download them and use it.
Yep. Yeah, and basically it's very similar to what EA do with I've got the EA subscription one, and it's brilliant. I mean, I think there's only like 30 games or whatever it is in that one, but I'll go on there, and every month there's a new game that they've added to the portfolio, and I can just download it and play it. As long as I've got the subscription, I get the games. This is kind of cool. This is the Netflixing. This is the ability now to and I'm assuming this is getting ready for Scorpio as well. Is my guess from that side of things. But I love it. I think this is going to be the way to go. I can't remember the last time I bought a disc-based game. I know you, Craig, collect all of the collector's editions of things.
Well, I used to.
Yeah, but I just want to get the game. I just want the game.
Because like you were just talking about the cross-platform Microsoft games. So, I had it. It was on the tip of my tongue. Was it Xbox Anywhere? Something like that.
Yeah.
Xbox Live Anywhere?
Play Anywhere.
So that's kind of killing it. As will this. Because I was collecting all the collector's editions just to get the cool collectible stuff because I'm weird like that. But it's not worth buying a physical media now. And I had a chat to Mighty Ape Games over here to have the conversation with them because the first game I bought the Xbox Anywhere was the Horizon game, and I was going to buy it from them purely because good service. But I would only get a copy on Xbox or play it PC, whatever platform I bought it on. Whereas if I bought the digital version, which is the same money, I get it on both.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why would anyone buy physical discs anymore? Other than one, you don't have broadband or space on your drive anymore. Hint, hint. Microsoft and PlayStation, please give us large hard drives. Thanks.
Dude, just buy an external 5 terabyte drive for $99, which is what I did.
Which I have, yeah. So, I think you might be right, Bradley, and you're not allowed to confirm or anything, but I don't know anything, and I am predicting that consoles will just not have optical drives soon.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not involved in that team, so I really do not know.
And I don't want you to tell us anyway because I like the excitement of not knowing. Okay, so I got all excited then as you're talking, trying to look up Xbox Live Anywhere stuff. Now, talking about Netflixing of things, and we probably shouldn't use that context because there's plenty of other live streaming stuff. YouTube this week announced they're going to a live TV streaming service, e.g. Netflix. So if you haven't already heard the news, that's exactly what YouTube announced this week, and they've said, for example, where does it say? YouTube Live is designed, what did it say? Consumers have made it clear that they want live TV without all the hassle. I'm sure we three of us have sat here on this show talking about how we obtain our media before and how we'd like to watch TV and how much Bradley loves the cartel. And I'm sure most of our listeners out there are like-minded and they're all going, please make this work. So that's actually my feedback. Please Google make this work. If they can get an offering together that brings HBO, Netflix, what are all the others, Bradley?
Over here, it's your base channels, right? But then it's all the sports packages on top of that. I have the IPTV service Sling TV because I'm testing it out at the moment. I think I get 36 channels. I'm watching New Zealand versus South Africa on the cricket on that, and it's all just part of it. I pay $19 a month. Now, if I can get rid of my Comcast, then so be it. It's gone, which is a better version of Sky TV. It's what Sky TV should be over there. But if you can get YouTube, the YouTube stuff, and you can buy packages and layer it, and you can choose what you want,
It'd be
goodbye,
awesome, right?
Sky. Just see you later.
Let me read some features here. So low cost, $35 a month. Okay, that might be a lot for people, but if you can like turn off things like, I don't know, call it Sky, and perhaps if you no longer need your full Netflix access, availability, unlike most services which tend to be US based, YouTube is even more limited. It's not great. When it launches soon, it'll be only available in the largest US markets at first. So we'll see how that goes. Live streaming from numerous US-based networks, ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, and ESPN have all signed up, as have dozens of popular cable networks, USA, FX, the Disney channels, Sprout, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's pretty cool. The real danger here for Australia, New Zealand is that we just get nobbled by the local players again. It'll be all region hacked, and we've really, my advice to everyone is we've got to get rid of our local players. We just do. Stop paying for subscriptions. I'm sorry. I know.
How much is Sky down there at the moment? Because it was about $120 when I left.
Still is. Let me keep going. Live streaming from additional premium channels. Won't talk about that. But assume that you could probably get sports packages on top of that for $10 or $15 a month or something like that. Unlimited cloud-based DVR.
That's cool.
That is awesome, right? So Google isn't putting a cap on what you record. So that is awesome. Multi-screen access. So just like Netflix, you can have it on multiple screens. So what have you? They'll have their own original content, which is where these guys, like Netflix, like other people, sci-fi, are making their money now because they're making their own content.
Yep, exactly, and it's huge over here.
Yeah. And what did it say? 6 accounts. YouTube TV membership comes with 6 separate accounts. So it's all customizable based on you've got all your kids and what have you, and I'm sure Google will do all the recommendations based on what you watch and stuff like that. So I tell you what, this is probably the most exciting piece of news for me in quite a few months, other than some technology I'm about to sort of throw in as a segue because we may not have talked about it on the show yet. This to me I'm hoping this is going to be the platform that launches that whole content that we talked about for a long time. Like, for example, I'm sure we discussed many shows ago, why doesn't the likes of Sky come up with exactly this, where they have some form of set-top box which just gives you access to a CDN network and you just go, yes, tick, 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 I'd like these things and it'll cost me this much to have those. Wouldn't that be cool? I think it would be cool.
Hey, interesting. I saw something the other day when I was trolling the New Zealand news. Spark are now selling Netflix or giving away Netflix as part of their subscription, as well as they've got Lightning Box, which is a really interesting move that they're actually getting involved in that stuff.
You said Lightning Box, would say Light Box, but I hear you. They're kind of like they created their own sort of CDN doing that Lightbox attempt, and they're kind of just throwing that in. I've heard people say it's quite good and it has access to stuff that Netflix doesn't and all that type of rah-rah. But interesting. I got an email because I'm a Spark customer. I got an email saying if you're already existing on this platform, if you sign up for another 24 months, it's all yours. There is some caveats. I think it's only like the basic package with the single screen, but it's still probably, and if we're really clear and put it into context, it's probably only, I don't know, what do we reckon? $100 a month, a year. Still pretty cool because if you look at your content, because I'm a Spark customer for mobile, I get premium Spotify Premium as well. So they're hitting it right. I think their services are really cool.
Cool. All right. For me, this is interesting actually. Two sides. Google and their Pixel devices. Now they've got two elements to the Pixel brand. One is the phones and one is the laptops. Just coming as we're going on to air, there's been some sort of talk around the industry around the Pixel phones. They are releasing a new Pixel phone, but it looks like sales of the Pixel has been really really poor, which I'm really surprised about because it's an
Me too.
amazing phone. They only sold about 500,000 units worldwide, which is on par with Windows Phone. And we've all taken the mickey out of the Windows Phone sales. So I was really, really surprised. And that was last quarter. Just to give you some comparison, Apple sold 65 million devices. And Pixel sold 550,000. So it's kind of sad in that respect because I really like the Google Pixel phone. It's one of my favorite devices. Now, on the other side of it, the Pixel brand is across their laptops. At a Mobile World Congress last week, they announced they're making one more Google Pixel device, and then they're canning it. They've officially said the Chromebook 3 will come out, and sorry, let me start that again. Chromebook Pixel 3 will come out, and they will then kill it off. That's it. It's gone. No more. They said if you're buying it, you're knowing you're buying a deadline of product. We are killing off the Pixel-based device, Chromebook devices. From that's it. We're going to allow it to third-party OEMs to do it, which I find really interesting.
They're not killing the phone though, are they?
No, the phone's staying. It's just the tab. The Pixel laptop that they're getting rid of. So you'll see a new one come out. So please, all our listeners, don't sit there and go, "Oh, there's a new one out." Yep, there's one more coming, but after that, there's no more. Head of production says they're only going to focus on the Pixel phones.
Cool. And I kind of agree with it. There's so many Android-based devices out there. Kind of makes you wonder why you would. It's kind of competing with your own partners, but that is what it is.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you guys talked about this in the last show or not, but the big release this week was the Nintendo Switch.
Yes, getting good reviews.
And I've been fighting buying one all week because I just the games on the device, and it's actually not just Nintendo Switch, but the Nintendo platform tends to not have games that I like to play. But I was just so torn, going, oh, that's such a nice platform, and it looks quite cool, and if I was on a plane, and problem is I've got so many other portable devices that I could use to do similar stuff. So, but if you're a big fan of the big title is Zelda at the moment, and plus, I think the key features are it has a docking station that you can just slide into, and it's attached to your TV. You can pick up exactly where you left off, take it with you. It has two controllers either side that split up to become literally a two-player game on the run, so you can do crazy stuff with your mates on the single device. So it's a really nice device. I think it's quite cool, and I love the way that Nintendo just keep coming up with wacky stuff. Like, look at the Wii U over the years and DSs and stuff like that. They've just got the cool handheld stuff. And if you're into portable gaming and stuff, and you don't get that out of your phones or what have you, then Nintendo's right up your alley.
Yep, I agree. I definitely agree.
Be interesting to see what else they do with it too. So, are they going to try and make it like a media device as well, which they haven't done in the past?
Actually, talking about this, I sort of mentioned earlier on the show, Paul Thurrott, late last week, has sort of been doing some areas around the mixed reality stuff. And of course, the mixed reality is coming out, and a lot of the third-party manufacturers like Acer are going to be building, which on the HoloLens platform or the Windows 10 holographic platform, which is now called mixed reality platform or something like that. And so some devices coming out, which means, and he's managed to work out that the Project Scorpio stuff will be released this year. It's not going to be announced and coming soon. It's actually going to be coming out. Don't ask me how he's worked it out, but he's managed to work out by some math and some statements by various vendors that this thing's coming out this year, which is kind of cool. So we are going to have third-party headsets coming through, and also the Scorpio stuff. Check out Thurrott.com if you want to get your heads around what he's talking about there from that side of stuff. But kind of cool. Very, very cool that we're actually starting to see mixed reality-based devices coming through, because I think all three of us had a go of the HoloLens last year.
Yep.
It was impressive. We know the field of view is what it is, but if we can get that on a gaming platform, I think this is going to be pretty cool. Again, million devices with the Sony does concern me, but I think it's going to be all about the content.
And I think Sony's just packaged that up quite nicely, which works. It's a good price. It's a good price point, and I think it's a good consumer product with their platform. And I think they've done really well, and they've probably got a good target audience for that VR headset. I think if people were really serious about it, they're probably going to look for something a bit more, I don't know, professional. If that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what the word is.
Alrighty. Any other news, my friend? Anything coming through from the wires from your side?
No, there's a few. There's a bit of stuff in the car racing simulation world this week, but probably nothing to mention just yet. There's a new rally game that's gone green light on Steam, which I'm waiting to see. Other than that, not a lot of gaming news at the moment. Now, hang on. I say that I've got a new game for PlayStation 4, Horizon Dawn. Dawn. It is kind of that's what I was looking for. It's a mix of it's a mix of Tomb Raider and Jurassic Park. It's quite cool, and it's kind of like Far Cry as well. So running around just sort of crafting stuff, trying to protect yourself from the robotic dinosaurs. Yeah, I said it. Robotic dinosaurs.
Interesting.
Really cool graphics, gameplay. I'm kind of getting into it, which I was a little bit dubious going, I reckon this could be boring. I think it's going to be good. I'm pretty sure it's a PlayStation exclusive. So sorry, guys. You'll have to get Game Gear guys to Game Guide guys to tell you what it's all about.
Alrighty, let's wrap this puppy up. Craig, where can we find you on the internet, my friend?
I am everywhere. It's not true. You can get me at BulldogNZ on Twitter. You can find us at Geeksphere TV on pretty much everything. I'm pretty sure now we're Beam as well.
Yep.
You could be watching us right now on live. Bradley, where else can you get us?
You can get me at Brad Bohr, and obviously, as Craig mentioned, YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Geeksphere TV. Click on the subscribe button, which Skip will put here or somewhere, wherever it's going to be. Let your friends know about us. Like the videos. And click the subscribe button. We really want to get those up. Skip, the voice of our production studio. Where can we find you on the internet, my friend?
You can get hold of me at Urban Kiwi NZ.
Wow, that audio is just absolutely shocking from that microphone, isn't it? Good Lord. It's what happens.
It's cool, though. It's cool having like a production overlord, then it does sound like he's in a box somewhere. That's pretty cool. That's professional.
Yeah, well, it's got us two on there. Alrighty, look, thanks very much for listening, everyone. Again, click on the subscribe button for us. Have a great week. If you're listening to the audio version of this, subscribe to us via the Apple devices, the Google devices, through the podcast. But yeah, get on the YouTube, have a look at what we're doing, and subscribe to us there. That's where the platform we're moving it to. We really want to get your listenership and subscriptions up on that one there. Also, remember our sister sites, gameguide.co.nz, filmguide.co.nz, and also the Drone Talk on YouTube. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.